Hello, Sun and Bass family. Hope you're doing all right there. Welcome back to Reminisce, hosted by me, Bailey. Today we have a very special guest. They've all been special so far, to be honest, but this guy in particular has been to almost all of the Sun and Basses that there have been. So, you know, Chris.SU, good to see you. How you been?
Good to see you, Michael. It's been a long time. I've seen you in person. I mean, we are on a Zoom meeting right now, but you know, would love to see you personally. Like, I think Sun and Bass is such a personal experience for everybody who's been there. You know, so man, I miss all the Sun and Bass people around. You know, from all over the world, really, because we always have like international guests there as well. So yeah, it's good to see you, man.
Same thing here, man. Like, yeah, if this is how we catch up, man, then I guess this is the best we can do right now. But it's all good. It's good to be talking to you. I'm glad to see you're fit and well. Talking about special moments, let's talk about the special tune for you at Sun and Bass, the one that you hear and you say, yeah, this is the one I really like to hear when I'm here. What is that? What is that tune?
We talked before the meeting about like how I could sit here the whole day, whole night, basically, because you know the first Sun and Bass I've ever was in 2004. I think I only missed one. That was in 2007 because I had a gig in Portugal and somehow the flight connections didn't work out. So that's the only one I missed. I think you, myself, and who else was there at every Sun and Bass?
I think Jules Ryan.
Yeah. So we are the only people who've been around since the beginning, basically.
Yeah.
Aside from the very first one, because that was just a really small one for the organizers, really. But So
it must be very hard in that case to pick one tune, but you have
exactly. It's like Mission Impossible, and I didn't want to pick any tunes of myself, obviously.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, the first tune came to my mind was "By Your Side" by S.P.Y. That was, I think, that was released in 2010, but I'm pretty sure I played it before that. Maybe 2009. I don't know.
Shall we have a little bit of a listen to this?
Yeah.
For those that like love this tune, or maybe for those that don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? You know what, Chris? While this has come in, I would have thought you would have picked something quite tough, because you know, like, I know you like those tough flavors. So I'm sort of like, okay, this is interesting that you picked quite a mild one, or you know.
I mean, yeah, I come from the techie side of drum and bass, but I'm also a classical musician because I played the cello for 12 years. So
I didn't know that.
Really?
No, I had no idea.
You had no idea. So basically, I love liquid and I love the techie kind of neurofunk vibes. And Carlos he's done an excellent job on this track because of the orchestra intro, you know, and then it just goes into this really uplifting vibe of like being together, like by your side, you know, and
yeah, it's coming right now.
Man, I got.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
it's not fake. I have it, man. So I had to pick this tune. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
It's beautiful.
I got tears in my eyes. Anyways.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm an emotional person, you know. And a lot of people don't know me in person because, you know, on the internet, whatever, they assume what kind of person I am. But yeah, I like tough music also, but I like emotional tracks, like for example this one, because this brings people together. So when this song plays, every time I got all these memories playing in my head from previous Sun and Basses, like how I look around on the floor, like watching the people smiling at each other. And we always have a special crowd at Sun and Bass. Somehow everybody is connected who's there in their minds.
Without thinking about it, you just look around and you just kind of feel what everybody else is feeling. It's that connection. That's the hard thing to describe at Sun and Bass.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like, oh, wasn't that good? It's never a discussion. It's sort of like you sort of glance and you can see that same look, the way you feel on their faces, and you're like, everyone's feeling the same thing I'm feeling right now.
I was thinking a lot, why is this? Probably because this isn't a huge festival For example, like there are other festivals which are like 15 times or 20 times bigger, larger events. This is like, you know, maybe 1,000, 1,200 people. And because the numbers are smaller, like I think everybody feels a bit closer to each other. I'm not sure if it's the proper wording, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like we're standing in the crowd, or even like having a walk on the beach, you know, looking around with all the wristbands with other people. Like, yeah, you're the one, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this tune playing in the, you know, you could play this track on the beach. You could play this track at Umber Night or Umber Day, anywhere at Sun and Bass. This is like one of the biggest anthems, I think. So that's why I picked this one.
And for years it was going off. Just one of the ones you could... Actually, I haven't heard it being played for a while now, but like it's definitely one you can come back to and people go, regardless if they're there for the first time or they've been there several times, it's like, it just lights the whole vibe up.
Big shout to Carlos and Steve VC, because it's been released on Spearhead Recordings. So big shout to you guys, man, for this one. I think there's a Logistics remix as well. Okay. On the flip, if I remember correctly.
Let's keep this moving on now, and let's talk about like a real personal moment for you over there at Sun and Bass. As we know, like you said, you've been many times, but you know, what one particular moment, or what is one of maybe a number of moments that was kind of special for you away from the music, something, a real personal one for you?
I mentioned this to Susie, my wife, and we both agreed there were a lot of special moments, but if I had to pick one, probably it was one occasion we went to the beach, and because of the people are so friendly at Sun and Bass, I think it's, you know, I can say that I can bring even my daughter to this festival and it will be no problem. So even my daughter was in that year, I'm talking about 2012. This was in 2012. She was a newborn baby, like 2-3 months maybe, and we could even take her that year with us, because it was just the organizers are so professional. They sorted out everything with the, you know, baby seats and all that stuff. Anyways, we went to the beach, and suddenly I think that was one of the first years when it was a little bit rainy. You know, we call that year Rain and Bass. I think maybe you remember that.
That was the year, yeah.
And we went to the beach, and we went from the beach back to our apartment, and suddenly just this rain starts to fall like hell, you know, like, oh my God. So we stopped at a faro, which is kind of, it was like halfway between our apartment and the beach. And, you know, we didn't have anything to cover the pram, you know, the baby buggy with. So we just stopped there, and suddenly like all the Sun and Bass people just gathered where the tables are, you know, and the chairs are. And we were like looking at each other with Susie, like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? You know, are these people going to, you know, smoke some cigarettes or whatever? And we are there with the newborn baby. But no, everybody looked around, you know, okay, they're here with the family, you know, all good. We are not going to smoke. We're going to just wait, you know, a few minutes until the rain stops. And there was some music playing from the bar. So suddenly there was a little bit of a party there, you know, like, okay, that's cool. No, we don't care about, you know, it's the biggest rain I've ever seen in 10 years. We don't care. I think there was like Logistics there sitting in one of the tables with his brother Newton. They started like filming the water, you know, Rain and Bass, let's go, baby. Yeah. Yes. So we didn't panic, because this is about Sun and Bass, always about good vibes, you know. It doesn't matter what happens. We're going to have a good time for a week, you know, everybody's going to have a good time. And we just sat there with Susie, my daughter Kitty, and we were just having a, you know, small espresso, and it's just general, it was good vibes. So it's all about good vibes at this festival. And that's why I miss it so much, because we didn't have the festival in the 2 years consecutively. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next year, man.
Oh gosh, I'm crossing as much fingers as I can cross right now, because we all need our fix of that, you know, that beautiful vibe that we get when we're in Sun and Bass in Sardinia. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Chris, we're gonna have to take off now, man. But like, I really appreciate these stories, man. It's really nice to, you know, see those emotions coming from you as well, just to make people really understand just how important and how special this is for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, man. And
my pleasure, man.
Hopefully, I'll catch you. Let's make it before the festival next year, please. Let's talk again.
Hopefully, man. It will be good to see you, for sure.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Nice one. Peace.
Peace.